Now that I've signed into my account, I can see a much more complete account menu. I can see my loans, often referred to as checkouts, reservations, often referred to as holds, and charges, sometimes referred to as fines on my account. I don't have any loans out right now, but I can see my reservations. I've got a few there that have just recently been placed and one that's being held for me at the library. For the ones that have been placed and are not yet filled, there's a few different options, and again, this will depend on the library catalogue system in use. I can change the pickup location, I can suspend or resume the reservations, or I can cancel that reservation if I decide that I don't want that item anymore. If I want to, I can go through and look directly at the catalogue record for that item, and we see the same options here. If I look at the item that's currently being held, we can see that this app has been configured not to allow changes to the pickup location or the suspension options. Those options are no longer available, so have been hidden from view. I can take actions individually or on all the reservations. Or I can mark multiple reservations for specific action. So if I choose Select to change the pickup location, we can see that we can choose the reservations for which that is a valid action. I can also go to the Click and Collect option from this display, and that's because I have at least one item that is being held for me at a library that supports Click and Collect. When I'm signed into the app, I can see all other devices that are signed in using the same user account, and I can deauthorize those devices remotely. For example, if I was signed in on my iPad, but that iPad has been lost or stolen, I can individually deauthorize that device without having to change my PIN or password, which will be the normal way of resecuring the account. We also have the ability to link accounts within the app. If I go into Linked Accounts, I don't currently have any specified, but I can just add another account to my device. Now, this does not depend on any linkages within the library catalogue. It's fully independent of that. Any user account that you have the username and password for, you can link onto your device, and that means there are no restrictions as to which accounts you can link, simply that you know the username and password to log into them. Now that I've signed into that account as well, we can see it's listed as a linked account, and additionally, under the other options in the account panel, we can see the details for all of those accounts that we are currently signed into. So if I go back into reservations, I can see my reservations and I can then immediately see the reservations for the other account. If I go into loans now, whilst I don't have any loans, the linked account that I have has 3 loans showing. As with reservations, you can take actions such as renew item and view the catalogue record individually, or you can take actions such as renew all or select items to renew in one fell swoop. Back on the home screen, now that I have a linked account, when I go to My Barcode, you can see that I now have a scroll option. This allows me to scroll up and down to see either my primary account barcode or the linked accounts barcode that I added. We only show one barcode at a time on the display, and we swipe up and down between those barcodes to make the process of scanning these on kiosks or at a staff desk much easier. When I go into a specific catalogue item and I want to place a hold, I now, as well as having the option to choose the pickup location, have the option to choose the user account I placed that hold under, either my primary account or the linked account that I have access to. Similarly, when we go into self-check, when that's enabled in a library, we can choose from either our primary account or any linked accounts when we're checking the items out. And this also applies for any e-content that we're checking out directly through the app.